Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Toldos. It obviously includes a whole story between Esav and Yaakov, which one will get the blessing, and the little bit of deception that comes into play between Rivka and Yitzchak. It has the episode of Esav bringing his two wives into the house of Yitzchak, and Esav eventually chasing after Yaakov to kill him. So Yaakov flees and goes to Haran, where he'll stay with Lavan. And that's basically the story of the Parsha. But what I want to focus on is something that I've connected to this week. And it's very simply on the Pasuk where it says, the hands are the hands of Esav, but the voice is the voice of Yaakov. The idea is that even though Yaakov dressed up in his clothes and had his smell, the one thing he wouldn't give up was his voice. And this is one thing as Jews that we have the most power in, is our voice. That Yaakov himself would not give up, would not deceive his father with this, would not even decide to alter it in the slightest. Shows that we as Jews, no matter what shape we take or what smells we come in, we still have the voice of a Jew. We still have a neshama that yearns to be close to Hashem. And this voice is, throughout Chassidus, throughout Kabbalah, is always identified as Tefilah. Tefilah is intrinsically connected to our voice because that's where our strength lies. So while it says that Esav would go out to the fields and hunt, that was his weapon, that was his tool. The tool of a Jew, the tool of us, is our voice. It's our Tefilah. And I cannot express it enough how important it is that we all try to daven, because I actually listened to a great Baal Shem Tov teaching, and in his typical way, it's very simple but very beautiful. It says if a person is the same way before Tefilah, the same way after Tefilah that they are before Tefilah, then they're not doing it right. The whole idea is that whenever you go to daven, whenever it's Mincha, Maariv, Kriya Shema at night, whatever it is, even if you're just doing Hitbodedut, a Breslever going out to the forest and speaking to Hashem, you should never be the same before as you were after. You should always have your Tefilah change you. You're not going into Tefilah hoping to change something in Hashem's will. You're not going to try and make him think differently or change his mind. Hashem has a plan for the world. What you're doing when you're going into Tefilah is to try to change yourself. So, B'ezrat Hashem, we should all merit to continue to have the voice of Yaakov, to continue to connect to the voice of a Jew, to daven with a full heart and a full soul, and to really connect to our davening, so that we're different after we daven than we are before. Shabbat Shalom.